Minerals are very, very, very important for the plant health as well as your and my health. You know, I'm kind of a fanatic, and so I like to I like to spoil my babies, so they're not a hybrid, so you can save the pea seeds and not have to be buying pea seeds all the time. The crops nowadays, they don't have near enough minerals in them because the soil's depleted. It's not like using synthetic fertilizers where you can really mess things up by putting too much on. There we are.
Hi, welcome back to our organic gardening, homesteading, and woodworking channel. Nice to have you back again on the channel. This time we're going to talk about how to plant peas. We're going to go over how to plant them, trellising them, watering them, how to fertilize them, and a lot of other details. Before we get to that, we want to tell you what our next video is hopefully going to be about. So what is it going to be about?
We're going to be demonstrating how to bend conduit hoops for using it for a row cover for your brassicas, your cabbage, cauliflower, and broccoli plants, and be planting those as well, prepping the ground for those and so forth, all that's entailed in that. So that's the next one coming up, hopefully.
Yeah, so it'll be exciting, and I'm looking forward to that. Well, let's get to planting peas. Here we go.
Okay. All right, here we are at the place where we're going to be planting peas on this trellis. First thing you need to know is this is going to be a corn. This is where I plant my corn. It's on the west side of the pea trellis. So the corn will grow up and that'll give all afternoon shade to these peas. Peas are a cool crop that don't like hot weather. So with that corn growing up 6, 7, 8 feet here, that shades this whole pea trellis really nice and keeps them cooler. And they do a lot better with a little bit of shade. And I've just used a stock panel for the trellis. I just cut a short section. We kind of cut down the amount of peas we're doing this year. We don't need so many. We had a lot last year. And so we're just making a smaller deal this year. And so we just plant a row on either side of the trellis, and there's a drip tape running right down along the base here.
Oh yeah.
That'll water.
There it is.
The 2 rows of peas. And before we plant the peas, we'll want to just pull this mulch off of here. This has been on here for the winter. Just pull that back a little bit. Oh yeah, and these are the pea seeds, and those are saved from last year. They're not a hybrid, so you can save the pea seeds and not have to be buying pea seeds all the time. And these are the super sugar snap peas that we're going to be using. They're really sweet. So what I do first is I just do a little prepping of the fertilizing. You don't really have to do the fertilizing, but you know, I'm kind of a fanatic, and so I like to I like to spoil my babies. So this is the dairy compost, organic dairy compost, mixed with a little bit of kelp. There's probably, in that bucket there might be a couple cups of kelp in there, and then there's a little bit of azomite in there, probably maybe a cup of azomite, and that's for minerals. Same way with kelp, it's for minerals. Minerals are very, very, very important for the plant health as well as your and my health. The crops nowadays, they don't have near enough minerals in them because the soil's depleted, and so we want to get that back up there to a normal level. They say in the last 50 years we've dropped the mineral content at least 50% of what it used to be. In the food that you buy in the store.
Vegetables in the store.
So minerals are important. So this is mostly minerals. There's a little bit of, just a little bit of bone meal in here, maybe a cup of bone meal in here. And there's a little bit of green sand in there for potassium. Peas are a fruiting plant, and so you're not trying to grow just greens like lettuce. With lettuce, you can do more nitrogen, but with something that's actually producing fruit, you want to have more potassium and the phosphorus for root development. So that's what I've kind of concentrated on this little mix. I kind of make a custom mix for everything I do. So I just go along and I just put a little bit of this where I'm going to be planting. Just sprinkle a little bit of this.
It sounds like something else is sprinkling right now.
Yeah, starting to rain.
A little bit of rain.
So here we go. Try to get this done before it downpours too much.
That'll be a short video. No.
Yeah. So then I just take the hoe and I just kind of work that in the top couple inches. You don't want to dig it in real deep. You disturb all the biology in the soil. So just kind of loosen that up so you can make a trench, a little furrow for the pea seeds. And gets that stuff down in there. Oops, there's a little root from a pepper plant last year. Here we go. And so then I just take this along here, make a little furrow. Some people use strings and that kind of thing to make straight, but after you've done it a number of years, you don't really have to worry about such things. And so grab the pea seeds, and I like to put them about an inch apart, just approximately. It doesn't care if they're a little closer or a little further apart. And just kind of sprinkle them in here. And if you look like you got a bad pea seed that's kind of shriveled up, that's not really fully developed, just throw in another pea beside it. So you have a good crop of peas coming up. So just something like that. Nothing fancy, not hard. And that's all there is to that. And then grab the hoe and cover it back up.
There's a little row of pea seeds.
And
all right. So
just bring the dirt back around it, on top of it. Just kind of put that on top. And great big clumps or something you want to get out of the way. You don't want great big old dirt clod in there. And make sure they're covered up good. I'm probably just use my hand on this little short row. There we go. And then I like to tap them down so you have good contact with the seeds. Not an air pocket down there that'll hinder their germination. Mm-hmm. There, that row's done.
And it stopped raining.
And it stopped raining, what do you know?
Yeah.
So then I just go over to this side and do the same.
Pull the mulch off.
Same thing, move the mulch out of the way. These are chives down here, by the way. They just grow all year long. And you can see they've been chopped off. We've been eating them. They're great for things at this time of year, fresh greens. So just put a little bit of this down here. Being that this is all organic stuff, you don't really have to worry about burning anything, or it's not like using synthetic fertilizers where you can really mess things up by putting too much on. Mm-hmm. So we never ever use synthetic fertilizers around here. And maybe pretty soon, I think we're going to be able to supply you guys with amendments and stuff. We're getting a
pretty excited about
business started up to supply that stuff to all you guys. And hopefully we can beat the prices with everybody else. So grab the seeds, start plopping them in here again. There we are.
Yeah. Easy.
Easy as can be. And, oh yeah, it's right moon phase for it too. the biodynamic moon phase for fruiting vegetables today, and I think tomorrow is another, maybe possibly Sunday, I'm not sure, but I think at least today and tomorrow.
We will put a link to the Biodynamic
What's that?
Almanac in the description
Yeah.
down there. So if you guys want to get a copy yourself, we'll put a link to that.
So there's the peas, and once peas are in, I just give them a little shot of water, get them on their way to germination. Because right now I'm not really running the drip system yet. We're still getting enough rain, and so I just do this to get them up and going. And yeah, that's all there is to it. You can see around here there's lettuce all coming up. That's all volunteer from last summer, and so it'll be pretty shortly here. We'll be eating fresh green lettuce and red lettuce. Yeah, good stuff. So that's it for pea planting, and hope that was helpful.
I hope all of you enjoyed those instructions on how to plant peas. If you did, please comment down in the comment section below. Give us a thumbs up, like, and of course subscribe. And remember, Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life.